All right, Democrats speaking out after the Supreme Court's voting rights decision struck down a Louisiana congressional map that had been gerrymandered to create a second majority black district. The left now warning the redistricting wars are just heating up.
The court sadly poured fuel on this redistricting arms race. Donald Trump, who is better at dividing us than anybody I know, instituted an arms race in redistricting.
We're going to fight this fight if that's the task at hand, if we need to do it, to make sure that voters actually have a choice in the policies of this country. I suspect if the Republicans continue to do this, Democrats are going to find the necessity and feel the necessity of fighting fire with fire.
And Democrats aren't stopping there as progressives ramp up their rhetoric ahead of the midterms. Two of those Democrats, Michigan Progressive Senate candidate Abdul El Sayed and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders, laying out their agendas at last night's Fight the Oligarchy tour stop in Detroit.
Our job as progressives is not just to take Donald Trump on every single day. We've got to do that, but we have got to do more. We got to transform the Democratic Party into a party of working families who are going to stand up and fight for ordinary Americans.
Who here believes in Medicare for all? And who believes it's time to abolish ICE? And who believes we got to get money out of politics and in your pocket?
And Republicans aren't resting either, sending in some heavy hitters. Tomorrow, Vice President J.D. Vance will be in Iowa, where he will visit a manufacturing facility and deliver remarks. The state has become a political battleground, despite the fact that voters backed President Trump by 13 percentage points in the 2024 election, and all 6 members of Iowa's congressional delegation are Republicans. Republican National Committee Senior Advisor Danielle Alvarez joins me now. Danielle, great to see you. Thank you so much for joining us. You know, Iowa being described as a political battleground is because the governor's race in 2 of the 4 congressional seats are considered toss-ups right now, despite the president winning by a big margin in 2024. So why do you think Democrats are showing signs of life in a state that, you know, for so long Republicans were really able to count on?
Well, we know that midterms are difficult for the party in power, but of course, Republicans aren't going to take anything for granted. And that's exactly why we are sending Vice President J.D. Vance to Zach Nunn's district, to a manufacturing facility, to go and visit Iowa. Of course, you know, I don't really listen to the polling. We don't really listen to the polling this far out. We know that Ann Seltzer had polling and Kamala Harris winning, of course, against President Trump just a week out before the election. President Trump winning that seat by 13 points. But nevertheless, we're not going to take anything for granted. We're going to make sure to run through the end in November, make sure that we're recruiting the best candidates, make sure that we're sending our top surrogates to these states, because we must maintain control of the House and the Senate in order for President Trump and the American people to have 4 full years of America first.
Yeah, and you know, Zach Nunn's district has always been considered purple, and Marionette Miller Meeks is always is also one of the seats that's sort of considered up for grabs, and she won by 6 votes in 2020. So here we go again on both of those. I mean, you mentioned polling. I do want to ask you about the latest Fox News poll that shows that for the first time since 2010, Democrats have the edge on Republicans when it comes to the economy by a small margin. Which party would do better on handling the economy? Democrats 52%, Republicans 48%. What do you think the administration has to say about that?
And that's the job that the Republican Party has at hand, to make sure to tout the working family tax cuts that the president and Republicans passed in the One Big Beautiful Bill, to make sure that we tout most favored nation drug pricing, which is bringing down the cost of pharmaceuticals and making life more affordable for everyday Americans. There's a lot going on that, again, the Republican National Committee and our party has to brag about, has to make sure that Americans know about, because what happens if Democrats capture the House and or the Senate this November? It's going to be gridlock. We won't be able to get anything done on behalf of the American people. You just played the clip this morning of Democrats on their tour talking about abolishing ICE, talking about progressive measures. They haven't learned anything. They are the arsonists, and you don't want to make the arsonists the firefighters again. They destroyed our country. They put us in the hole that we are. And President Donald Trump and Republicans are making sure to fix it for Americans across the country.
Yeah, you're right. And you know, Democrats, a major trend among the party is the rise in the ultra-progressive candidate. We just heard from Abdul El Sayed. There's also Graham Plattner in Maine. Really quick final thoughts to you on if Republicans should view this as a positive.
Well, I think it's absolutely devastating for our country, but it certainly makes for easier matchups when Republicans are on the ballot against these progressive Democrats. Nobody wants that type of wokeism. Just look what's happening in New York City after the election of Mayor Mamdani. Just look at what's happening across the country as these progressive Democrats have gotten a foothold in these very liberal cities. It's been a disaster. It is not the common sense agenda that the American people want. It's not the common sense agenda that Americans voted for. We need to get focused on those key issues as the Republican Party and President Trump is doing. Again, it's affordability, it's tax cuts, it's all the great things that Republicans are focused on in Congress, again, backing President Trump.
All right, Danielle Alvarez, Republican National Committee Senior Advisory, thank you so much for your time and for joining us this morning.
Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.